อยากกินเป็นหมัดหรือว่าเป็นคุณเท้าผมครับ
Hey guys,
hello.
we're starting the press conference. Hi everyone, welcome to day 4 of Masters Reykjavik. We are joined by XERXIA today. We also have our amazing Thai translator, May, on the line. So please, if you ask a question, wait for May to translate and then wait for the player to answer. We will take questions from anybody in the room and you can direct it to anyone sitting on the table in front of you. You may also type your question in chat when called. All right, first question goes to Brandon from Run It Back.
Thank you. So my question is for whoever would like to answer it in regards to the map selection process. Last time you guys defeated OpTic, 2-0, Icebox, and Ascent. This time around, you selected Fracture as your map pick. I just kind of want to get someone's comments on the process behind that and why you didn't pick one of the maps that you beat them on previously.
สวัสดีค่ะนี่ใครก็ได้ตอบนะคะเกี่ยวกับเรื่องการเลือกแมปนะคะครั้งที่แล้วที่คุณเลือกแล้วก็ชนะ OpTic 2-0นะคะเลือก Icebox กับอีกอันหนึ่งแต่ว่าครั้งนี้เลือก Fracture นะคะก็อยากทราบว่าทำไมถึงไม่เลือกแมปอันเดิมที่ชนะเขาค่ะ
because ก็เป็นเพราะว่าภาษาไทยหรอก็เพราะว่าเป็น feeling ครับแบบว่า feeling มันบอกแล้วเราก็ทำการโหวตกันว่าเราอยากเล่น Fracture ครับเพราะว่าเราเล่น iBox ไป2 รอบแล้วครับ
This is my instinct. I can tell, and we also vote that we're going to select Fracture because we used those Icebox 2 times earlier.
Thank you. Next question from Declan at Dexerto.
Hi, this is for Zeus. I was just wondering what he thought about the compositions that OpTic was running today in their matches.
ก็นี่เป็นคำถามถึงคุณซูนนะคะคุณคิดว่า composition ของที่ OpTic ใช้ในการแข่งวันนี้เป็นยังไงคะ
ครับขอบคุณสำหรับคำถามครับก็สำหรับคอมของ OpTic ที่ใช้วันนี้ก็เขาเตรียมตัวมาดีด้วยครับแล้วก็เล่นกันได้ดีครับทุกคนก็ดูถนัดในตำแหน่งของตัวเองก็ผลออกมาก็อย่างที่เห็นก็เขาเล่นด่านนี้กันได้ค่อนข้างเก่งครับก็ยินดีกับเขาด้วยครับที่ได้สล็อตนี้ไปครับ
Well, thank you for your question, and it's show that the OpTic team they have prepared themselves very well, and everybody seems to be very prepared, and they perform very well, and I'm really happy for them and congratulations.
Thank you. Next question from Blake at Esports GG.
Hello, guys. So this is for anyone who's willing to answer. It's kind of follow up to the last question. With their compositions, they ran the neon. Did you guys prepare for neon, or was there any extra prep put into it?
นี่ใครตอบก็ได้นะคะก็ครั้งนี้ครั้งนั้นเขาใช้นีออนแล้วมีใครได้เตรียมตัวสำหรับที่จะมาสู้กับนีออนครั้งนี้ไหมคะมีการเตรียมอะไรพิเศษไหมคะ
ก็ดูมาบ้างครับแล้วก็เซอร์ไพรส์ในแมปแรกตรงที่เขาเลือกนีออนมา
Yes, we have prepared for this, but we were surprised for the first match.
Thank you. Next question from Declan at Dexerto.
Yeah, this is for anybody. I was just wondering if the team was at all surprised about the pace of play. Some of the observers couldn't even keep up with a lot of the action that were happening in the rounds. And I was also wondering what kind of decision-making goes into when the play is that fast. How exactly do you guys kind of make a decision on what to do in the round when the play is just happening incredibly quickly?
แล้วทำยังไงคะตั้งรับเป็นยังไงเวลาที่เขาทำได้อย่างรวดเร็วขนาดนี้คะอยากทราบเรื่องเกี่ยวกับการตัดสินใจว่าถ้าเจอแบบนี้แล้วทำยังไงในการตั้งรับคะ
So it forces us to rotate faster, and try to push through smokes to help our teammates and make more aggressive plays in a really short amount of time. So it's a bit messy for us, and we're not used to how fast the Neon runs into sight. So we were a bit unsure of how to deal with it properly.
Thank you. Next question from Blake at Esports GG.
All right, so this is more of a general question to the entire team. I'm just wondering how you guys felt about your overall performance at the event, and follow up on that is how do you feel about the format moving forward?
ค่ะก็อันนี้เป็นคำถามถึงทั้งทีมนะคะว่ารู้สึกเรื่องผลงานว่าเป็นยังไงบ้างคะในงานครั้งนี้แล้วก็ครั้งต่อไปจะเป็นยังไงคะ
ก็เราก็พอใจในระดับหนึ่งครับ แต่ก็เราคิดว่าเราทำได้ดีกว่านี้ครับ ส่วนในผลงานส่วนตัวของทุกคนผมรู้สึกว่าทุกคนทำได้เกินความสามารถตัวเองครับแบบว่าทำได้ดีในที่เป็นระดับโลกได้เลยครับก็ในการครั้งหน้าเราก็จะนำข้อผิดพลาดแล้วไปแก้ไขปรับปรุงให้มันดีกว่าเดิมครับ
So we think we can perform quite well at this time, but we think that we can do better than this. And for each person's performance, I think that everybody do pretty well for their own skill. And we're going to use, we learn our lesson today and we will improve our skill next time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other? Declan at Dixerto.
Yeah, this is for Cruz. I was just wondering if you could expand on the tweet you sent out on the 11th. I was just wondering if you are actively thinking about retiring or if this is more of a conversation you're having and it'll be ongoing.
So if you were to look back to the Champions Tour, I actually thought of retiring since then, but then there was a bit of a problem within like internal conflict within the team, so we had to move and whatsoever. So, but the thing is, I still think that I might be retiring at the end of the year, but not right after this tournament. So the thing is, we're just gonna play. I'm just gonna do my best until the end of the year, and if we could find a better addition to the team, I'll step down or retire. But it's definitely not. It's definitely not about money, and that has nothing to do with why I'm retiring. I just wish my teammates the best and hope that we could bring this particular group of people to a higher level. Yeah, that's all.
Thank you for clarifying.
Thank you very much. Are there any other questions in the room? Yes, Sons of KS Mexico.
Can I write my question because there is a lot of noise here?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Okay, the question is, with this type of format, how do you prepare and how do you deal with losses? How do you take that mental preparation personally and as a team?
ในฟอร์แมตรูปแบบนี้นะคะแล้วคุณจะเตรียมตัวยังไงแล้วคุณจะทำยังไงกับการแพ้ครั้งนี้แล้วก็คุณจะเตรียมสภาพจิตใจยังไงทั้งในระดับตัวเองแล้วก็ในฐานะทีมคะ
So the format is basically the same from what we've played before, and we knew how it was going to go, but the unlucky part is where we could have closed out and got into the knockouts earlier, but we couldn't. But that wasn't the big problem. The problem was we made a lot of mistakes today compared to what we did in the beginning. So it was a bit of an unlucky day for us, I guess. So we're just gonna keep our head up and try to improve our gameplay and make it to the next international event.
Thank you very much. Are there any other questions? That concludes our press conference today with XERXIA. We'll be back momentarily with the next team. Thank you. Hi everyone, welcome back. We are here with OpTic Gaming, the winners of match 1. If you have a question for anyone you see in front of you on the table, please use the Zoom hand raise feature. You may also type your question in chat when called. First question from Brandon at Run It Back.
Hey guys, congrats on the win. This question's really for whoever wants to answer it. Obviously, this one was kind of more of a walk in the park than the other games against XERXIA, so I just want to know where it kind of matched up competitively, where you rank it, and maybe what you feel was like the toughest battle you had with them in the previous matches as well.
I'll take this one. They're a team that's very hard for us to read, so they forced us to play very slow. So I would say, honestly, preparation-wise, it's extremely hard to prepare for that team. They do a good job at just making us not knowing what they're doing, and they manipulate rotates similar to crew, that mainly on ascent for crew. So I would say it's probably one of the toughest games that we played. Definitely pretty hard to understand what's happening until it actually happens, and their execs are pretty strong.
Thank you. Next question from Blake at Esports GG.
Congrats on the win, guys. This question's for Victor. You had a huge game in terms of first kill on Neon. What was enabling you to get aggressive and get those first kills?
As Neon, I rely heavily on my teammates to create space for me. It sounds weird, but yeah. So we use KO on Breach on some maps, and pretty much their util just allows me to just run in because I know they can't kill me because we're using utility on these spots. So yeah.
Thank you. Next question from Declan at Thixerdo.
Yeah, this is for Crashies, or really anybody can answer. I was wondering if there was any favorite taunts or things that you guys shouted out today during today's match.
I didn't really say anything too crazy to them. I think my favorite was when FNS called her a rushing C and yelled it at them, and we rushed C. That was probably my favorite, to be honest.
Next question from Danny at Esports.
Hey guys, anyone can answer this question really. You guys will face the Guard next in playoffs, so it'll sort of be a rematch from Challengers Finals. Is there anything that you guys are looking to do different in that matchup against them?
Just this time versus the Guard, I think they're going to probably change a lot of their comps, and if they don't, then it'll be a little bit easier for us, but I'm assuming they're going to have to gimmick us a little bit to win that match because I think we just have more stage experience than them. So when it comes down to it, we're just going to have to play our game and just hope it works better that day.
Next question from Ominous at Run It Back.
Hey, first of all, congratulations on the win. My question is for Victor. You were phenomenal on the Neon today, and not many teams going into the playoffs run Neon. So do you see this as an advantage going forward into the playoffs?
I don't know. Yeah, we utilize Neon really well, but I don't think she's an agent when you look at her individually. She's not oh my god, she's so much better than Raze, or oh my god, she's so much better than Jet. So I don't think there's not really an advantage.
Next question from Brandon at Run It Back.
Awesome. Thanks again. So we're actually streaming the press conference on our YouTube channel, and there's some guy in the chat named Jovi. He wants to know, how good is Jovi?
I guess I'm the only one on the team that would actually know. He's been pretty good for us. We've compared a lot of notes, and we think pretty similarly when it comes to figuring out what the other team is doing. So I'd say he's doing a good job for us right now.
Next question from Rohan at Esports GG.
Hello guys, this question is for Ye. With VCT Masters, where you have a format, some teams are directly in the playoffs, and you guys have come through the group stage. Do you think coming through the group stage gives you an advantage into the playoffs?
It's hard to say, to be honest with you. I think on one hand, you get like a lot of experience playing on the stage. And you also get to warm up and like, test a lot of your stuff out early on. But at the same time, the other team has the advantage in the sense of like they have a lot more prep time and they can anti you or like watch your games, or they could like keep building on like what they're doing. So I don't know. It's kind of a wash, to be honest with you. I do feel like there is like some advantage, I think, for our team because like usually we kind of start slow. So for us to get that out of the way now, so we can keep building and riding the momentum, I think it is an advantage for us personally.
Next question from Ian at Valoranting.
Hello. First question, or my question is, do you all consider yourselves to be a momentum-based team? And if so, what do you do during rounds or timeouts to try and continue that momentum? And if you don't consider yourself a momentum-based team, what kind of attitude do you go in to when you have a streak going?
I'd probably say we're a pretty momentum-based team, but I think this is just that kind of game where if you're riding momentum, a lot of the times you have good reads on what they're going to do the next round after that. So it's definitely just in general, I think every team to some degree is in a momentum-based game, our team. But for us, I think even when we're down and we don't have momentum and we take timeouts, a lot of the times we also make correct decisions. A lot of it just comes down to people not trying to be heroes, people not trying to do their own thing, and kind of just using the utility we have. And like you saw today, that if we do those things, then we are usually pretty hard to beat.
Thank you. Next question from Ominous at Run It Back.
Thank you. So anybody can answer this question. I think yesterday somebody on Twitter had posted the match brackets, and they said that it gives an unfair advantage to the teams in the playoffs, so that they can watch and anti-strat you. So do you think this is right, or would you request right for a change in format going into the future?
I don't think any team should just make playoffs. I think even if we won the final versus the guard online, I still would be saying that that's a ridiculous thing that any team can just make the playoffs going into online play, right from online play right into playoffs and not having to play group stages. I think every team should have to play group stages and earn their spot in playoffs. But that's not the fault of the teams or anything. I just think it's a terrible format in that sense. They should not do that. But what was the question? Was it unfair? I mean, I guess kind of. I think it's ridiculous. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next question from Luke at Dixerdo.
Hey guys, congrats on the win. Kind of building off from that, obviously you're playing the guards so early on in the playoffs as well. Do you think there should be some like extra seeding so that these same region matchups don't happen so early on?
I would definitely say so. I mean, the first time we were in Berlin, we also played the two other NA teams that were there. We played Sentinels and 100 Thieves. Somehow we keep playing the NA teams. So yeah, for the future, I would definitely not like to play the NA teams and play the other regions for sure.
Next question from Ian at Valoranting.
Hello again. There's been voting that's been happening through the broadcast about MVP. I'd be curious to hear if there is a particular player that really shined during this match from your guys' perspective that you would be comfortable saying MVP. I mean, obviously, you guys are probably going to say it's a team effort, but I was curious if there was if anyone wanted to shout out a particular player saying they really shined, they really did a lot during this match.
I'd like to say FNS. I know I got the most kills, but he makes my job so easy for me. I literally ask him, Pujan, where do I go? And I kill.
Thanks, man. I'd say Victor.
I'd say
Victor. Got a lot of kills.
I'd say Victor as well. Yeah, it's pretty hard as a neon
Victor, FNS, both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say for sure Victor for me, just because he dominated on neon on both maps. It's kind of easy to gas out after you have a good first map and not go into the second map not with that much gas and just shitting on them. So good for him.
Are there any other questions in the room? All right, well, that concludes our press conference with OpTic Gaming. Thank you very much. We'll be back after match 2.